This is a story for those who wished that they could truly read between the lines of the book they were reading and see the world of the story through the eyes of the author. For those who wished that they could make nonfiction from fiction. For those who wished that dreams were true. This is a story of a group of wayward friends who came together from the far reaches of two worlds to come together and to help make dreams reality. This is Hazeltown Story. Hello and welcome to episode 16 of Hazeltown Story. We have the kind of start of a new segment of this particular arc. If you have not been following along, I highly recommend that you listen to the other, I think 5 parts of this mini arc at this point. But if you want a quick gist of what's going on, basically our group was tasked by Theron to basically, what they wanted to do was test out the little magic lenses they found from the last arc and see exactly how powerful they were and what all they could see. And it turns out that basically in doing so, they when they put them up, they kind of drew the attention of local kind of safety, the safety department, I guess, of that park. And which is connected to kind of the country's whole safety/law enforcement department. And basically, right now, they were kind of showing off what exactly these things can do. And in doing so, they managed to come across this incident in which basically some cult, this cult that was kind of focused on drugs and using them to kind of expand the mind to kind of reach access to gods unknown, was interrupted by another sort of cult that is a much more nefarious one, a pseudo-white supremacist cult. And basically in that incident, one person got kidnapped and another person got very badly beaten. So they're trying to go and... right now what we're trying to do is figure out if we can get information to kind of getting information about the people who did this. Just to kind of also clarify who our group is, we have Deathmaster playing Bob B, a kind of dragon sleaze elemental, basically owner of several businesses and kind of skeevy person altogether. We have Carnival, who is playing Yuhar Govenin, who is a former pirate on the South Seas of China, who is trying to find a home for themselves in Hazeltown and kind of still manage to get themselves in hijinks. And we have TorpidTypist playing Iravia, a cow lady who basically causes chaos and beats people with chairs, which may not happen in a little bit. But with that crew, right now, they need to figure out how exactly they're going to do this. And I'm actually going to do something that's kind of different because this is the first time that we've had a case in which we could actually do some planning beforehand. So I'm going to include that little planning session before we actually start the session. So there will be that. Once that section kind of concludes, the actual proper session will go ahead. This next section, we have actually recorded everything we need to for this mini arc, so I know where this mini arc is going to end. It should be the same length as the last mini arc, which was 9 episodes. So we still have about 4 episodes ahead of us. And plenty of things that happen. So I guess with that, I mentioned last episode that I might be planning on taking some, basically spacing some of these episodes out. And actually, with the way that this last recording did, or ended up, it actually might not be a issue anymore, because with these 4 episodes going in, that will take us all the way to roughly middle of September. September 17th is when this arc should end. And after that, I have some ideas for some kind of... these episodes will probably not be as long, but there will be more information dense in terms of... It will be a lot of lore dumps. Um, so yeah, that is something to look forward to. Um, so yeah, I guess that's kind of enough dawdling. I'm going to take you in straight to this kind of planning session, and then we're going to have the session proper start and return kind of to where the story left off. So with that, here's the planning session. This one, this is actually kind of a first, so to speak, because we actually are at a point in which, making a plan might make sense. So I actually prepared something to help out with this. And unfortunately, for those who are listening to this, you're not going to be able to see this, but I made a map. And basically, here's kind of because I think before we actually do this, I think we need to restate what our method of attack for this is. So, back to just kind of recap of what we were trying to do. Basically, last time we kind of took a ghost view of what happened with this kind of cult thing last time, and basically found that some bad stuff went down, and we are now. But since we were in ghost form, we really couldn't do anything about that. So now that we're going to go back in actual, not like I guess not quite like invisible ghost form, but actually like try and see if we can actually get some more information on this. Um, and last time we kind of figured that we should probably do this in a way that kind of basically involves three teams. We have a team that's basically just doing reconnaissance stuff, just basically kind of keeping an eye out to make sure, just kind of get a view over this clearing. And also a team to kind of actually infiltrate and basically kind of act as basically act as plants to kind of go in and just actually, just pose as kind of would-be members of the cult. And then another team to kind of actively be a little bit more, I don't know, I guess really it's just another part of the recon team, but basically a team that could be there in case shit goes down and they want to be prepared. Um, and I can't exactly remember what the breakdown is, but then again, we can kind of figure that out now. So, just to kind of give a general description of this map, we have this little mouth that's right by that river that basically you have to take the boat to get to. That had Byron sitting here, reading his book originally. And you also have the clearing with the trees. You have a short path that kind of goes around some bends. And then you have the clearing itself, with you have three tents, kind of a campfire area, like some tables area, and then like a little kind of place where they had some things strewn about in. So basically, I guess we're going to kind of have to figure out how we want to do this. So I figure at least you you have you three. So you have Iravia, you have Bobby, and you have Yuhar, who are going to go in and can do various things. Also with you, you have Rhapsody with you, who is actually pretty good at stealth. So I feel like she would be a good for the recon kind of bits. And also you have Toby with you, who I feel might be good for the backup in case things go wrong. So you three can decide how you want to do this.
Also, real quick, I deeply appreciate the fact that I can see the colors on your screen when I'm looking at the side stream, but the colors do not appear on my end.
That's great.
Weird.
I think because you colored them without me being in the room.
Huh. Can Death or Carnival, are you able to see the colors?
Yeah, I can see all the colors just fine.
Oh, I guess you're colorblind for this one.
And I can see Bob B's color.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, maybe if I right click and then just click on this and then apply, maybe if I'll do that.
No, I see Bobby's color. Bobby stands out in the crowd.
I guess. Well, anyway, I'll kind of. Well, I have to actually describe stuff for the audio bit, so I guess we'll have to figure out something like that.
Although I will say, Carnival, did you color your piece?
Yes, I did.
No, because it looks
No.
black on my end.
Yeah, I
ones that are
can't
Okay,
see
so
colored
then,
are-
color.
then it's what Torpid said. Since you guys came in after, you can see the colors.
Huh. Weird.
Weird.
Oh, well, I labeled them all, so you should be able to highlight over them and see what they're named. Yeah. So anyway, how did you three want to handle this?
I think DM wanted to go in with Bobby just like trying to talk out the drug deal first before
Something like that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Yuhar was gonna go in just ready for when it goes down to start taking fire, to start shooting.
Okay, so you will be kind of going on the reconnaissance side. So, Iravia, what did you want to do?
Hang out in the woods and watch Bobby crash and burn.
Okay. So basically, from what I gather, is that Bobby is going to go in alone and basically act as a plan to try and see if you can join in and just kind of keep an eye out to see, because just to kind of go over the objectives of what some things that we know about this. You know that you have two guys that you don't know what their names are, but you know that they are definitely bad news. They're the ones that went into the tents and basically attacked Byron and kidnapped Rose, who was the raccoon couple that you saw last time. And basically, what you figure you could do is much like not your characters because they weren't there, but much like how you got information out of interrogating the people, the last thing in the kind of the wizard cave thing. You could probably get some information out of them now to kind of figure out maybe where Rose might have been taken or what exactly their purpose is. So that's basically there. So I guess, yeah, you can just kind of wait for them to see and basically spring an attack on them. Or you can try and see if you could figure out something else.
I mean, I had a completely different plan.
Oh, what was that?
It was go back in time, because the only way to this island is through the boats, right?
Right.
So yeah, my plan would have been go back in time, sink all the other boats so the two thugs can get to the island, and then just find a way to interrogate the one who was on the island already.
I think that they would probably find another way to get over there, or also something else would happen.
No, nothing else. They'd be delayed, so.
Yeah, they could probably swim over.
Still, that sounds great. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun to have them delayed.
Yeah. I get to wreck boats, so that's a good time.
Okay, well, hold on, let me try and think about how to do that.
I had something pre-planned if you want me to roll with it.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm just trying to think about how to mechanically to do that. So, basically, so your plan is basically while this thing is going down, because they don't show up immediately. You have basically you all are trying to sabotage the boats.
Yes.
Okay, that's something that. Do you want someone over here on the island?
Depends.
Like, just to make sure that they can't do anything to the woman.
Like if Radio or the other one, Tobias,
yeah.
to take the boats, the rest of us could stay on the island, sure, but.
Actually, I have an idea on how to do that. So, how about this? I will have Toby accompany you, whoever the team that is breaking the boats, quote to speak. Now I'll have Rhapsody come over here to the island to kind of keep, so that you have an eye on what's going on.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
So, of you three, you all three are going to try and be part of the boat sabotaging thing?
Yes.
I just want to break shit.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
Okay, we can try that. So let me think of how this is going to go. Okay, So we're going to basically go back in time, and we are going to have it so that this is before basically all the kind of people are going on there kind of before the quote unquote sermon, I guess, started. So you have Byron still out here. And basically you would have, let's just say you would have, because I believe these three would not have arrived yet. Oh, let's see. Where are the ones? Okay. So let's just say that this is before these three even get there. So you have Leland, Carrie, and Marquis. So you three are over here. We'll have okay. Okay, and then okay.
Hey, Toby.
So, let me just figure out.
So
Okay.
Marquis Butler, sure, certainly a name.
Yeah, thank you, Fantasy Name Generator, for coming up with that wonderful name. Just trying to think on my feet. Okay. So, okay, so that's how we're gonna do it before. So hopefully, if I'm okay, future Lolo here, make sure that this is the point where you're gonna cut it so that when you do some fade in to kind of describe what's going on, this is gonna be where you kind of go in. So, basically, at this point, you've all gone to you've basically gotten back together to go back in, and oh, go ahead.
I say, yeah, before we go back in, I need to do some quick things.
Okay.
So we need to get some objects before we go back into the dream sequence.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to discuss, because we got to figure out what your loadout is, which I know you all have kind of a preset loadout, but we can kind of discuss what all you'd want. So yeah, most of you are pretty armed. What I feel like one way to kind of do this without necessarily causing a huge concern is basically Toby can come in and basically say, hey, we need to quickly commandeer all these boats. We've had a report that basically some of these boats are about to sink. So we need to take them out quickly, or like basically quickly, and then kind of investigate them.
Oh, Bobby was just going to distract the boat guy while everyone else drilled some holes in it.
That could be a thing. If is that is I'm just trying to think. Do you want to all take basically? How do you all feel about that idea?
I was gonna say Toby's method seems simpler.
Yeah, because do you want to? How much of it, like, do you want to just cause a distraction, or do you want to actually sabotage the boats?
Actually, sabotage.
Yeah, actually sabotage the boats.
Okay. Okay, so we can possibly put like so we can take the boats, like get them out of commission. We could actually do both. Basically, since you have someone with authority with you that could basically say, "Hey, I have good reason to basically take the boats out." You could do it like that, but if you really want to be like necessarily like sabotagey, we could work through that way.
I'm all for the sabotage.
Okay, so how about this? We'll have Toby basically get the boats out of the water, and then you three will be able to actually sabotage the boats and basically take them out of commission.
All right.
To make sure that no one can like tape them. Does that sound like a plan?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So that's what we'll go ahead and do. So I guess at this point, what all do you want to take with you to do that?
I have everything I need.
I would say how easily can we acquire gunpowder?
For like just like a literal can of gunpowder?
Yeah, like a gunpowder, and then we just build in like a pressure, like a pressure switch, like that sparks a flint while they're in the boat.
So basically, you rather than just drill a hole, you basically want to light the boat on fire while they're in it.
Yeah.
That's way more destructive than I was thinking. Just simple drill holes in the boats.
We can
Less
do
likely
both.
does that, I suppose.
Let's see. I mean, we'll have to figure. I'm just trying to think about how mechanically how I make, because I'm gonna have to make you do some rolls for that.
Okay, so let's look at
I-
this sheet.
'cause what-
Skullduggery for just maybe the build, drill some holes.
Yeah, so definitely skullduggery is going to do it. Although technically, Yuhar, with your operating knowledge, I'd imagine that you would I could have you also roll that for you to know like the structural points of a boat, like the familiarity to make it where it's more concealed, I guess. And then basically, yeah, let me take a look at one of these sheets and see. Okay, so let's see. We got skullduggery. Streetwise wasn't doing it. Because yeah, mechanics would be a thing. Operating, piloting would just be actually using the boat. Yeah, something like that. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to do it like that. Is that, but just keep that in mind. Did you have anything else, other ideas on how to do this?
Nope.
So basically, your
I
ideas are
just like putting holes in things.
okay. So I'll basically let you just bring like a hand drill, and that's an incidental. So that's not like it's going to be anything that like ever require you to like do anything special with.
I just like breaking things.
So okay. Do you want, in case things go south, do you want any sort of like you're gonna keep the weapons you have listed?
No,
Bobby
Yeah,
was-
no.
Yeah, Bobby's
Yep.
gonna keep his pistol because you can hide that on him.
Yeah, I was gonna say because the way that you all like, I know you can keep yours concealed generally with how yours is. I know Bobby, you had a rifle on your sheet. That's going to be harder to conceal, but I can
Yeah.
definitely see you taking like what's
I mean,
where's
he
your
has a
sheet?
concealment for it, but he's not gonna bring the rifle anyway. He's just gonna bring the pistol this time
Okay, let me
in
just.
case of emergency.
Okay, so it's just that's definitely concealable. And then Iravia, you have your normal loadout. Because imagine you're wearing like you're wearing like essentially a trench coat, right?
Oh no, she wears biker cuts.
So biker cut, but you have something that you can conceal your
Yeah,
sawed off.
you can hide it under the jacket.
Yep. Okay, so you are going to be plenty prepared. So basically the idea is that you all are going to get there before some of the people have showed up. And so it's going to be you three plus Toby, and we're going to have Rhapsody get on the island beforehand and basically stealth her way into the thing to kind of observe.
Yeah.
Because at that point, really, the only people you have there are basically the only one that we have that's kind of a quote unquote, like, though that was sketchy, is Cecilia, who is undercover. So she should be able to handle that. So that actually looks like a plan, and I wish I kind of thought of that beforehand or I'd make a map for that, but I don't think we really need one. So let's see. Okay. Okay, I think that's all we kind of need to think about. Because you got your equipment, you got your idea. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else we need to figure out beforehand. After having a brief discussion of tactics, the group reconvened and prepared to go back and start a new scrying session in which they were able to go in person, so to speak. The plan was to be as follows: sabotage the boats to prevent the Cygnus schoons from getting across the lake, unscathed that is, and infiltrate the Cassiopeia meeting as new members to see if they can find out any information. The information that they were looking for would be as follows. 1. Find any information as to why Cygnus was invading Cassiopeia. 2. Interrogate any of the 3 Cygnus members involved for identifying information. 3. Find anything from the Cygnus goons that could lead to where Rose was being taken or where they have been staying. With that in mind, the group prepared themselves to scry once more, this time being able to potentially get answers for themselves. And this time you go back in and you actually have, like, you're not in a ghost form. You actually can kind of move around and feel, and you basically have the kind of equipment that you discussed.
Yep.
So basically, I'm gonna have Bibly kind of will place you kind of generally at all 5 of you generally at the kind of boat rental place, kind of around the vicinity of it. So, since you're going to have Rhapsody kind of go ahead of you, she is going to actually go to the boat and basically, let me think about how to do this. Actually, no. So just some brief descriptions on how the other, basically how Toby and Rhapsody are kind of dressed out, I guess. So Rhapsody is wearing kind of that blue and green tunic that she normally is seen wearing, but she also has a hood with it now. And when you first all get in, you can see her kind of basically kind of go, okay, it's okay, I'm going to head to the island, and basically I'm going to keep an eye out. So hope this plan goes good. And you see her put up the hood, and then you see her kind of pull something over her face. And then I'm not going to do this because it's basically mechanically, because there's no reason to. Basically, you see her actually disappear because what she has on is a stealth tunic. So she is basically going to basically Major Kusanagi her way and swim over to the island and basically literally like stealth her way through there. So she's going over to the island.
I see. She's a soldier.
Yeah. So Toby basically says he is dressed out in actually he is wearing essentially kind of a military kind of, actually no, if he is doing kind of trying to be undercover, he's wearing his normal thing. But you see him when he came in, basically, actually, no, that would not make sense. Okay, so he's basically wearing kind of the same thing he had on when you encountered him over there. But you notice actually strapped on his back this time, he actually has a rifle on his back. It is a military-ish looking rifle, but it is strapped on his back and not exactly like easy to like access. Like he'd have to do some work to get it open or like get it active.
Bobby takes a look at it and whistles. Damn, boy, you got the good stuff.
Yeah, I normally don't really have a whole lot of experience with it, but yeah, I definitely figured just in case things go south. And I guess since yeah, those 2 did not look exactly. I think they looked like they were packing, so I wanted to make sure that I had the upper hand.
Probably wise.
So Toby also says after that, I am going to go. Basically, I'm going to go and I'm going to go over and try and commandeer the boats. I'm going to probably need some help. So
I'll come with you.
We can go and deal with the boat rental lady. So he goes over there, and whoever wants to go with him can follow him.
Bobby goes with. Let me do the talking. You just flash your badge and look strong.
And basically, anyone else want to go?
You're just picking up the boats, right? We don't need.
Yeah, I am
I'm here
going
to break shit, not talk.
Yeah, so basically, Toby's going to go over there and talk to the boat lady and basically say, hey, I'm going to need to commandeer all these boats. We need to put them to the side and basically make sure that no one takes them.
Yep, then you 2 go ahead and do that.
Okay. So I'm just going to. So Toby and Bobby are going over to the boat rental kiosk. And I guess really you two don't have anything to do at the moment, so I guess we're just going to go over to the kiosk. So, Toby goes over and talks to the person behind the desk, and basically, kind of goes over and kind of in a kind of casual thing. It's like, and he basically sees that Bobby's right behind him and goes, "Hey, I am sorry to bother you, but and he basically kind of pulls out his thing. It's like, yeah, I've had a report basically that apparently some of these boats looked like they were leaking a little bit. So I want to make sure that before anyone accidentally gets into some trouble, I'm going to need to commandeer these boats and kind of put them aside to make sure that there's nothing up with them. And basically, here's my badge, and yeah, that's basically all I need to say. So I am actually going to have Toby do a roll here, just to spice things up. Let me make sure I get my thing in. That would be a leadership roll. So he has 2 proficiency on that. So I'm going to borrow Torpo's die right here. Also, since he has the badge, that'll give him a set or a success thing. And we're going to call that, since that is a pretty major ask, we're going to make that, figure out, okay, difficulty level. Will we say that's at the same level as picking a typical lock or a complicated lock? Or stitching up a small wound or setting broken bones?
I mean, this is some powerful bullshit you're asking for.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we do a little spicy and make it a hard check? Okay, so we're gonna have. Oh, that's not that spicy. Where? There. Okay, we're gonna make that a hard. So 3 purple versus two yellows and a blue. I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna roll. Actually, I'm gonna roll here just in case I don't. Just to make sure I don't knock anything over, even though we don't really need that. Okay. Net failure for 1 threat. All right, so basically the person at the kiosk kind of goes, I just checked those boats like 30 minutes ago. Nothing really looked wrong with them. Are you sure that your badge is right?
Bobby comes up behind Toby and gently smacks him in the back and mumbles, "What part of let me do the talking was unclear."
All right. And basically Toby just kind of gestures like, all right, you want to try?
Bobby saunters up to the kiosk and says, "I apologize, ma'am, for my associate's behavior. He's new at this. But you see, these boats got a terrible case of the water termites. I am with the local wildlife commission. We got a terrible report of these bugs moving on through. We want to be sure that your property has been undisturbed. So yes, these boats may look fine now, but give it a couple hours, ooh, I have customers sinking to the bottom of that river."
Okay, I need you to do it.
Deception check.
I was gonna say, do I have you do deception or charm?
Pretty sure. Well, he's lying, so deception.
Yeah, actually, it would be deception. Okay, so give me a hard deception check.
All right, how many is that? 3?
That is 3.
Then we can't spend a point. Can either of us spend a point of story pointage help on her back?
Actually, yes, you can. You can spend a story point. The thing is, I can't exactly remember how you upgrade if it's already 2 yellows, because I know you can. I think you just add a green to that.
I thought, could you also take away a purple?
Greener boost.
Usually it's. I don't know if you can. I think you can only upgrade a check. Let's see.
Okay, let me go look. Let me go check then.
Let's see. Oh, actually, hold on. I forgot to check. I don't think Toby has it. Does Toby have any social skills? Does not. Okay, so Bobby, do you have any social skills? Oh, actually, yes, you do. Let me check to see what. Yeah, let me check. What does Smooth Talker do?
I don't recall. Let's check your
Smooth.
list.
Smooth Talker. When first acquired, when first acquired, choose one skill: charm, coercion, deception, or negotiation. When making checks with that skill, spend triumph to gain additional success equal to Smooth Talker. So did you pick which one you wanted Smooth Talker to go for?
I don't recall, actually. I don't know if I did that, actually.
Well, you can go ahead and make a choice.
Yeah, find deception.
Okay, yeah,
On
because
my
that
list.
is gonna stick. So are you gonna keep it at deception?
Deception's my lowest one no matter what, so yeah, deception.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna make that deception. Okay. So if you make a triumph on that, you can go ahead and add something to that. So I'm Carnival, did you figure it out?
It looks like it's just adding it. Let's see, upgrade. In other words, it doesn't say, so I'm gonna just go with add another green.
Yeah, just add another green. Although I wonder, yeah, just add another green.
Okay.
But that is story point. Okay, so go ahead and make that roll. Okay, you succeed. Yeah, so basically you the person just kind of goes, huh, I didn't hear anything about that, but I guess if you two are working together, I guess you must be with the health department. Or I guess not health department, whatever. Basically, she says the right thing instead of me being an idiot. Basically, with the ecological society, let's call it something like that. So basically, yeah, go ahead and take the boats. I'll make a note that basically if anyone comes in, I will let them know that they're going to be temporarily unavailable.
Bobby tips his hat. Thank you, ma'am. We'll be sure to send you the paperwork once we're done.
Okay. And then basically you see her flip the thing that's like, we're open to we're closed. And basically she sits down in a chair and pulls out a book and reads.
All right, then.
And Toby's like, well, that worked, I guess. Let's just go ahead and take the boats and put them over to the side. So you see that there are 3 boats, and basically you motion just so it's a little bit out of view. You two kind of go back over and basically pull the boats out to the side. Or basically you motion everyone to just kind of take a boat and just kind of motion. You're going to move it. Like if you imagine, like, say, I wish I had a thing here, but basically you're going to take them from the dock and kind of put them over towards the kind of the edge of the lake. So it's not like anywhere close to the dock. And so it's a little bit out of view. And you all basically take the boats over there and go ahead and you have the boats at your disposal. There are, let's say, 3 of them, and they're like wooden boats. They're nothing like, they're not super chintzy, but they are not exactly elegant.
They're not those swan pedal boats.
They are not swan pedal boats.
I want the swan boats though.
One of them's a swan boat. How about that?
Okay, good.
That's
Good.
the one that'll take us to the island.
Okay. So you all have those 3 at your disposal. What do you want to do?
Well,
I'll let the other people do the more simple drill holes before I try gunpowder plan.
Okay. Which boat? You have 2 wooden boats and a swan boat. Which one did each of you want to take?
we're taking the swan with us to the island so the wooden boats can die.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
gonna fill a wooden boat full of holes.
Okay. So since that one's a little bit less elaborate, I'm gonna have Iravia do her roll first. That
Ooh.
will be there's many ways I can get you to do this because really drilling a hole in the thing can be more. I don't know if mechanics is really the thing because you're not doing anything specific. You're just picking. I think you're just picking a spot and basically trying to drill a hole in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
A few holes.
Okay, what do I?
Skullduggery could work.
Skullduggery could work. Also, technically, maybe athletics could count. I guess. Yeah. How about we start? Start with just a skullduggery check for me.
Okay, how many purples?
I mean, I take it. What exactly? What's your drill? I don't know if power drill is really going to be what you have available.
I just assumed we had like little hand crank drills.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring.
I would imagine that's not necessarily that hard.
No, I can't imagine these boats are that thick.
Oh, let's see. Do you have anything? It's great because the only thing, because it's like the little things to list out a difficulty level are picking a typical lock, stitching up a small wound, finding food or shelter on a temperate planet, shooting a target at medium range, trying to punch an opponent while within arm's reach, convincing an acquaintance to help you with a difficult task. I would say this is an average check. So that would be 2 purples.
Oh no. Yeah, okay, let's spin to win.
Yep. Also, I'm going to move this just in case.
So help me, I will fucking punch a hole in this boat if I need to.
Yeah, I think that after this, you can just go to Braun. Net failure of 1 advantage.
Fuck me.
So you try and get the drill in, and basically you hit a particular thicker part of the wood, and it's just not giving you purchase, essentially. But you feel like you're going through it. It's just it hasn't gone through yet. So really there isn't any, it's like, yeah, you just kind of can't quite get it. And really, I can't really think of anything to give you an advantage. Actually, I guess, let's see, what can I give you from that? So I guess
you found like a seam of like a weaker part of the like where the construction is a bit shoddy.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, basically you find like while you're trying to do it, you do find locations where there seem a little bit of weakness to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's what that is. So Bobby, you took, or wait, you're the one you're staying to the side, right?
I'm waiting for them to first try the drill holes before I bring out the whole let's build a booby trap to burn the boats with them on there.
Okay, Bobby, which one did you take?
So Bobby will take the other boat with the drill.
Okay. Do a average skullduggery check, which is 2 purples.
All right.
Okay, so you also have problems drilling in the hole. I guess while Toby's kind of overseeing this, he's like, okay, any of you having luck drilling holes?
And these damn boats are made of thick wood.
So help me, I'll just punch a hole.
Drastic measures.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we definitely, we kind of splurge on those boats because we definitely don't want, weirdly enough, we don't want people drilling holes in them. So I guess we're getting our bang for our buck. Unfortunately, that is hurting us at this moment.
It's all right. Bobby's got a backup plan in case this goes wrong.
Well, also, we could do a trick I did back when I had to fake a death or two once. We're gonna need to cake the boats in gunpowder and set up a flint mechanism.
Toby just kind of raises an eyebrow. He's like, you have any of that?
Why, of course.
Well, before we do that, let me just he basically reaches for his side and he pulls out, he actually has a kind of an, one of those like tomahawk things that basically has like the point at the end of it. Like one of those, like if you've seen a quote unquote tactical tomahawk kind of thing, where basically they have a hammer point at the end that's basically has like a point. I don't know what they're called, but basically it has like a pick on it, I guess. Let me try and see if I can hit this. Just get can you point me to where can you point me to where you're drilling? Basically, kind of pointing to Bobby or Iravia.
Bobby just points at the hole, or lack of hole that he had on his boat.
Okay, so basically, he is going to do a. Let me get his sheet up. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do for him? Since he isn't I'm gonna have him do a brawl check. And where? Let me just take. Brawl. Okay, yellow and a green. Okay, so I'm gonna buy green, purple, and he. Let's see. Net failure for 1 threat. So he tries to take the thing and kind of whack at it, but he is not able to make a dent in it. Basically, and also he basically kind of you can see him kind of whack at it a little bit, and then he tries to smack a little harder. It just kind of fails at doing it, and I'm going to have him take 1 strain for that.
All right. I guess it's time for the old pirate special.
Old to who?
Old to pirates on the South China Sea.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So.
I'm gonna use operating.
Okay. Let's see. I am okay. So you can do. I'll have you make an. How about you do this? Do me a favor and give me a average operating check.
All right, and then I'm gonna. Everyone cool with me spending a story point on this one?
Sure.
I don't give a shit.
All right.
What's the rolling button again?
R.
Huh.
What?
Bizarre.
Wait, so don't 2 triumphs count as okay? That's 2 successes.
So yeah, you have a net failure, a net threat, because so these 2 failures cancel out the successes of your 2 triumphs, leaving this one that has a failure and a threat on it.
God.
I know.
So what? I just set the entire place on fire, I guess.
No, so what I was going to have you do there is basically you're taking a look at the boat and you're trying to figure out the mechanism behind it on how to kind of put together how the hell do I have Okay, I got to look at something real quick.
We've reached our mortal foe. Boats.
Fucking boats.
You think the pirate would have better success against the boats, but I guess not.
So help me, I will just straight up punch a hole in this fucking boat.
That's the next thing.
Okay. So here's how I'm going to do it. You kind of take a look at the boat, and you kind of can start to see it, but it's not quite getting there. But in the meantime, while you're kind of taking a look at it, you
take 1 strain.
No, I'm gonna have it. Oh, let's see. God, I can't. You know what? You just kind of look at it, and you're just you think that you're getting closer to it. But basically, I'm going to have you do the triumph. I'm giving you 1 strain. The threat, I'm taking away 1 strain, so you don't lose anything. So I'm going to have it so that you will get a skill check on your next attempt. But no, you kind of are having trouble trying to figure out how to light this trap.
Okay.
So Toby's like, well, you figure out how you're going to do this?
I think so. Now, stand back, everyone. This could get bad, but well, we're in a dream anyway, so let's go.
It's going to get bad knowing you.
So I'm gonna have you take a okay, now give me Let me take a look.
Man,
Let's see. Give me. Wait, is this the wrong person? Yeah. Give me a skullduggery check. But take an additional blue,
all right.
and let's just make that. Let's just make that let's just keep it an average.
And also remember, with my skullduggery, I get an extra advantage.
Yep. You will have an advantage by default.
Finally.
Okay.
Finally.
Okay. You succeed in making this a trap. You are able to kind of figure it out, and you are able to, since you also have an advantage, you are able to basically, you do the trap successfully.
And so we can take it. I guess the trap looks extra hidden on the boats then.
Yes.
We did it finally after all these fucking years.
We got it.
Okay. You have trapped a boat.
Got him.
All right, let's try again. Trap this other boat.
Uh,
Several.
Basically, it was like, okay, you trap one boat. Do you want to just drill the holes in the other one?
Yeah, that's probably for the better.
Okay. Iravia, you do another. What did I have you do originally? Do a skullduggery. Was it skullduggery?
Yeah, it was skullduggery that you had me do.
Okay, do an average skullduggery. Do an average skullduggery check, but take a blue.
Because of my advantage.
Oh, do you have an advantage?
Yeah, remember I got an advantage from my previous roll?
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, let's spin to win. One of these days I'm going to start rigging the board out of anger. What the fuck?
Time to punch a hole in the boat.
I'm going to punch a hole in that fucking boat. I'm tired. Blame it on the fucking water termites.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ugh.
Do you want to learn the desire or fear of this boat?
I need to know the fear of this boat.
So you roll 3 failures and 4 advantages. Give me a brawl check.
Damn right. This is what the boat fears.
Give me a brawl check, which I believe that is just brawl check average.
So I need to check my abilities. My many abilities.
No, actually, since you were engaged with the boat, it is actually an easy, or it's it's an easy, so it's 1 purple.
Okay, just 1 purple. You know what? I'll keep it simple. I'm not gonna
You know what?
look at my abilities.
Let's go spicy. Make that purple or red.
Oh man.
Let's get a chance of despair on this.
God. Trying to just look at my abilities. How does 2-weapon combat work again?
So basically, for you, you are essentially, since you're using brawl on both, you just have it do the same roll, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
And if you get 2 advantages, you basically hit twice.
Hell yeah. Punch 2 holes in that fucking boat. I am about to be very angry. Yes!
3 successes and 1 advantage. Okay, so you fail to do the boat. You fail to get the drill like as it's intended, which pisses you off. Which then you just start to ram the drill into the thing, and you basically, you punch a hole. You punch multiple holes into this thing. Because I imagine while you're trying the drill, you kind of try and find a few spots. So you just push the drill into the thing multiple times, thus creating holes in the boat.
Fucking hate these boats.
Avi just saunters over and looks at Ravi's work and says, "Dang, girl, I don't think that's the intended use."
It fucking works, and that's what matters. Fuck these boats.
Yep. Hold on, we might need to wait a sec.
Oh?
Looks like DM disconnected.
Apparently.
So while DM's trying to connect again, basically you now have 2 rigged boats. You have one that's rigged to blow the hell up, and one that is just simply going to sink. Also,
water termites.
yes. Also, you have the swan boat, which let's just
We
say
need to
it
fit
is
4 people on.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it is 2 boats. It is it is so yeah, let's just say it fits 4 people. 2 people
Oh,
in
I
front.
was
It
gonna have
actually,
Iravia right on top.
well, let's just say it has like the 2 paddles for people to get in, and then a seat and back that can fit 2 people.
Works for me.
Whatever seat is not next to Bobby, I will take.
Let's have you paddle then, or maybe. So basically, you have you kind of take the boats over, and you basically kind of go over, or let's just say, Toby goes over to the kiosk and basically kind of knocks on the window. It basically says, "Hey, we found that your boats actually do. We found that they do have. It looks like the water termites have gotten to these boats. They're going to be non-operational. Do not, if anyone asks for a boat, just say that they are currently. Just don't let them on the boat."
All right.
And then she basically responds, "Is like, all right, that's fine by me. Um, I'll just stay here, and you think I should be good to go?" And then Toby basically said, "Yeah, you're probably not going to be needed for tonight. So why don't you just go ahead and call it a day? If you have any concerns, tell them D-Pass badge." And basically, he gives her, he kind of shows her his badge, and basically, she takes down the number and basically heads out of the kiosk.
He's not good at this undercover thing.
Well, he's kind of.
Don't go back to the scene of the crime.
Well, he is doing this because he okay, how about this? He basically, as he goes to the kiosk, he basically comes back to the group and basically says, "All right, so I have an idea. Basically, here's my thought process. If the only people that were not on the island or on the kind of section before are the basically a few of the people who were there already, and basically the two are two kind of basically the bad guys, so to speak. I'd imagine that since the other people there just kind of look like they are just kind of your average law-abiding people, they'll go to the kiosk and kind of take a look at its clothes and figure maybe it is actually closed and just maybe go away. But if those two, if the 2 others know that there is something going on there, they are more likely to just steal the boat. So hopefully we'll not have an incident involving, the people who we don't necessarily need to hurt.
Oh, you don't want to see some random folks get set on fire?
I would prefer not to. I know that there's stuff going on in this universe that there this thing that necessarily isn't going to give him harm, but it's in my blood.
So what you saying, officer? Are you volunteering to stay behind and keep an eye out?
Yeah, I can sit here and kind of keep an eye on things.
Well, good. We'll go on ahead then. Get you your answers.
Okay. So at this point, Toby's going to stay behind near the kiosk and just kind of keep an eye out. And I guess that leaves you with the paddle boats.
Finally, after like 40 minutes, we finally defeated Boat and are moving on.
Our greatest foe.
Boat, I am defeated.
I can't believe we're berserk now.
How dare you? There has been no idol master.
Let's also say this, just so that because it's probably something that you would have before, you'd probably have the walkie-talkies with you. And basically he says, I'll give you a buzz if there's anything you need to know about. But I guess you can just go ahead and go on to that island.
Nah, man, you keep this. If there's trouble, you can call the other one, Radio. She'll let us know.
Well, she's not with you on this one.
Well, she's on the island, so if something happens, she could...
Well, it's
Rhapsody, not Radio.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, yep.
So they're both our names.
Yep. So yeah, we'll keep in touch. So basically, we'll basically Toby just goes, "Oh, that's a good idea," and then he actually buzzes in and basically asks Rhapsody what she's seeing. She said that she has made it onto the island and she is kind of looking at the kind of area, and people are just kind of milling around. So looks like nothing's really going on at the moment.
All right. Sounds like it's our time to head over then.
Yep.
Finally.
Okay. So I guess with that, Toby is going to stay on the other side of the island. And you three take the paddle boat. And basically, you all three go over there and you reach the island. And you see Byron, the elder kind of raccoon man who was reading his book, looking kind of confused. You reach the island and you see that he is sitting there.
Bobby says under his breath to Yuhar and Iravia, "Let me do the talking." Bobby will get us in.
That.
Look, I'm just here if things go wrong, which they probably will.
All right.
Lolo, before we go on, can I get that drug list again?
Sure. We have
super
let's
cocaine.
Let's see. You have Cassandra, which is LSD caplets. You have Hermes. You have Hermes, which is a marijuana nepeta, which is catnip, and tobacco blend. You have Karen, or it's Karen, which is ketamine. You have Zeus, which is cocaine, and you have Bacchus, which is wine.
What was Charon again?
Ketamine, which is think think of a very high powered psychedelic.
All right.
Can't believe they're not packing mescaline.
Crap, I should have put. That's right. I should have put. You know what? What's a Greek thing that would go good with mescaline?
What's mescaline's effects again?
That's just a normal psychedelic, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Then mine
well, I would imagine they would have peyote, probably.
Yeah, it is from peyote. Yeah.
Let's call that. I already have Hermes for one. Shit. Let's call that. Let's just call that Poseidon just for fun.
For shits and giggles.
Yeah, let's call that. They round names. Okay. Yeah. Let's just go with that. So there's your list.
All right, good. I'm all set.
Okay. So basically, you all three arrive on the boat, and you see Byron looking at you, somewhat confused. Thank you for listening to Hazeltown's story. If you would like to get updates on this show and many other shows hosted by me, LoloDePuzlo, you can follow at Hazeltown Story on Twitter. And if you would like to get to know me more from a personal standpoint, you can follow my personal Twitter at LoloDePuzlo. If you would like to watch this be recorded live, you can go to twitch.tv/LoloDePuzlo and follow the channel for notifications of when this show, as well as other shows like Retro Rank Rhapsody, are being recorded. If you would like to add this podcast to your podcatcher of choice, you can search for WLDP Hazeltown Radio and find us on most major podcatching search engines. Or you can manually add rss.hazeltown.life to your podcatcher. Thank you for listening, and I hope you come around for the next episode.